how's it going? Paula here. Welcome back to my kitchen and welcome back to my channel, The Flavorful Home. Today, I figured I'm going to do an impromptu video. We'll cook dinner together. I'm making baked potato soup. I love soup. It's easy. Throw it in a pot, let it simmer, and it is so comforting and delicious. So I'll turn you around and I'll show you the steps for baked potato soup. It doesn't require any intense preparation, and I fly by the seat of my pants somewhat with it. So come on. Baked potato soup obviously calls for baked potatoes. I like to give them a little scrub. I get them in early in the day because the soup really only needs maybe 45 minutes total of cooking. It's so quick. So I like to get my potatoes cooked early in the day so they can cool, and then I can peel them and mash them up because that's what you need for the soup. Mashed up, baked potatoes. There's only 4 of us, so we don't need a boatload of potatoes. And I always pierce my potatoes with a fork. This is a mama tip from my mom. She would always pierce the potatoes so that they don't explode, which, yes, potatoes can explode in the oven. And because of that, I now always keep my potatoes on a cookie sheet so that if they do pop, hopefully most of it stays on the cookie sheet. So I'm going to get these in the oven, let them bake up, cool down, and we'll start assembling the soup itself. Alrighty, so my potatoes are all cooled, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time boring you with peeling potatoes, but it's so simple to just do it this way. Once they're cooled, you just rip that skin off so you're not leaving any potato behind versus cutting them in half and trying to scoop it out with a spoon. This is so much better. You get pretty much all of the potato, but for maybe a few stray pieces here and there. And there you go. And just break it up into your bowl. And then when they are all done, then I will go back with my masher, or you can just use a fork and mash it all up. So I'm going to finish this up and then we're going to move on to the next part. Alrighty, my darlings. This is what the potatoes look like. Not quite mashed, just kind of crushed with my hands. That is 7 potatoes. I started with 6, but I guess hubby felt it wasn't enough because he likes potatoy potato soup. So I came back to find an extra potato in the oven. So that's 7 potatoes. And that's okay because whatever's left will get eaten as leftovers. You're going to need to chop up green onion, the whole bit. You have cheddar cheese. I have 5 cups of milk in this. I'll also add a little bit of heavy cream. This is a little more than a half a cup of flour. You need bacon. I'm just going to take about 5 or 6 slices of this. I'm going to dice it and give a quick pan fry because that goes on top. The cheese will be shredded up. About almost a cup goes into your soup, plus you'll have some extra to put on top of your soup while you're eating. So we're going to move over to the oven and I'm going to show you the next part. Alrighty, I have it on, it's about a medium flame, and I have a trivet underneath. And I'm going to sprinkle my flour in there, and that'll be plenty because the potato is most certainly going to be a thickener once that goes into it. And I have my milk here. Now this is a modified recipe from Cooking Light magazine to try and tone down the fat content of baked potato soup. I'm guessing the reason it's just the flour and no butter is to eliminate some of the calories. I'm not really worried about it. It's a great recipe, and I'm just going with it the way it is. And then you just slowly add some milk and get into the ends of the pot where it tends to want to congregate. And I also have my rubber spatula because I like to give it a scraping with that. You just keep stirring. I don't add it all at once so that it gets to heat a little better. I do it in groupings. And just kind of scrape around. I'm going to continue getting this mixed in and show you what it looks like after it's thickened some. This is how the scallions or green onions look, and I will probably put maybe about 2/3 of this into the soup, and the rest will be put on the table for sprinkling over your soup. I will probably put almost all of this. I might just leave a little bit and then shred more for the table. And also, you're going to put some sour cream. You could put 1/4 cup. You could put 1/2 cup. I wouldn't go much more than 2/3 unless you're a big time sour cream fan. Just to get a little bit of that sour cream taste. This is the potato a little bit more broken up. Let's bring it over, and I'd say it was about 1 cup of heavy cream. Again, I am eyeballing everything. I don't really measure it. A little salt and pepper. You're just looking for that thicker type of soup. Salt. And obviously, once you've added your cheese, your sour cream, your potato, you're going to taste for your seasoning. You could add a little garlic powder if you'd like to give it a little bit more of oomph. You could do a little bit of veggie bouillon or chicken bouillon if you're looking for a little bit more flavor. And you can see it is starting to thicken up. It starts to coat the spatula but it's getting there. And I like to just go like this to break up any remaining clumps of flour, which there really isn't any. When we're going to put the potato and such, we'll come back. Okay, this is looking to be the thickness that I like. So I'm going to add my potatoes. Yeah, just go ahead and dump them in. Like I said, potatoes are also a thickener, so it's going to get thick. And if that is the case, no worries. You could either add more milk, more cream, or water. Your choice to kind of, you don't want it to be like chicken soup or broth. You want it to have some substance, but you also don't want it to be like a bowl of chili. It has to be a thicker kind of liquid, but not where it stays on your spoon like yogurt. So we got that in there, and I think the potatoes are absolutely perfect as far as their size, because if they weren't, you could always go in and mash them up with your potato masher. Now, again, I'm not measuring. That's one big heaping soup spoon. I'm going to do 2 of those. And that's more than enough. Well, not quite. Some stay behind. And we'll just... And now you're going to put the cheese, because you want that to melt. And you want that sour cream to get in there. Here's your cheese. And remember, you're going to put cheese out on your table for usage on top. And you want it to melt. So get it in there. And it does relatively quickly. And this takes no time. I started this at 5 o'clock. And it's looking good already. I just lowered it because I don't like it to burn. No one likes that. What I am going to do is I'm going to move it over after it is finished to my normal burner. Okay, I need to taste, so I'm going to wash off this spoon. And we'll see if it needs anything in particular. I will add my green onions in a second. Oh, wow. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. That's good. In you go. These are going to impart some good flavor too. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to call it done. And there you go, folks. No real recipe even needed. Now I'm going to move it over to my next burner. I'm going to dice up my bacon so that my bacon is crispy and ready for topping. and we'll come back. Alrighty, this is my bacon, and that is the crunch I'm looking for. It's not completely crisp, but it's just the way we like it. And I'm going to pull you over here for the soup, and you could see it is perfect. I'm going to give it that is perfectly perfect. It has good potato chunk so that your potato to soup spoonful ratio will be wonderful. Just a lovely soup. We'll plate up and do a little tasting. Look at that, friends. I just put a little bit because we're not ready to eat yet. And I just want to show you and how lovely the cheddar melts into it. And we're going to have a little taste test. The color, it's such a pretty creamy, and when you start to mix the cheese, it does that ribbon, and it just looks so nice. Okay, let's taste. Let's see. It's very hot. It's smooth. It has a smoothness to it. The cheese gives it that little nice tang as well as the sour cream. Baked potato, come on. Who doesn't like baked potato? It's perfect. You saw how quick it was? Remember what I tell you. I purposely did this so that you can see it doesn't have to be complicated. I just went with what I know. Build on what you know. Add flavors you like. Like I said, the garlic powder, the flavored bouillon, be it chicken or vegetable. The green onions. If you don't like green onions, don't put it in. But the potato and the flour helps thicken it. Chowder is a better description for the consistency. It's a wonderful dish. Fall has come. I will never say winter for California, because for me, winter is consistent temperatures below 30. We get nighttime temperatures of 32, 35, but daytime temperatures in the 60s. And I have my little sweater on because it's raining, and so soup is good food. It makes you feel good. If you're new, welcome. I hope you'll come visit often. Please hit the subscribe and the notification button. Share it. I love cooking. I love creating. I love giving that to others. Come visit so that we can talk and learn. Until next time, go create something wonderful. Bye-bye.